enjoying what you've seen so far, and yesterday and one session today?
Really am. Yeah, it's so fun to get all these guys together, from Europe, our college kids, our CHL prospects. As you guys can see, there's a ton of skill, there's a ton of talent out there, so it's exciting. Yeah.
How much improvement do you tend to see, like the guys you drafted last year?
Yeah.
You've had them now for a year. How much improvement do you tend to see in that 1 year, generally, from those guys?
I think a lot. We see it throughout the year, but I think part of that is just the comfort level that they have with the organization, like our staff coming in, and that's the nice part about this camp is that they can come in and get comfortable with the facilities, figuring out little things, even like how to get to their gym, how to get to the locker room. All that stuff can be a little overwhelming at times for younger players, so it's good. Yeah.
In the days that follow after a draft, you get 11 players. In your role, what are the next steps? Is it touching base? How do you handle the initial days and weeks?
Yeah, so we, our job is to initially build relationships with our players, our development staff, and they do a great job. We stay in contact with them regularly. We go out to visit them, whether they're in Europe or, at college and junior, and, really try to, formulate a relationship quickly so then we can help them become, the best players they can be.
When it comes to Yuri Kulich, what are your thoughts on the skill set there? And do you imagine the Q being the best option for him now that Kate Breton has his rights? Is that still a conversation that needs to be had?
Yeah, I think that is a conversation that management's going to have. What for all of our players, what's best for them. But from what I've seen so far, like his attitude's great, and he can really fire the puck. So.
Adam, what is the situation right now in your mind for development with the Russia situation, with the guys you've drafted, trying to get them to your
Yeah.
visas, guys you're scouting, guys you just drafted? Like, how all-encompassing is that? How difficult is that making your job?
There's always challenges like in the job, and in that situation we've got a scout that's in Russia that's also in communication with our development staff, and he does a great job staying in touch with our prospects over there. We're still in touch with them regularly, the ones that can speak English, and we are, and the ones that can't, through Zoom with a translator or by text, and then they Google Translate it. So it's good. We're finding ways to connect with the players, which is our job. But it's been great.
And from your perspective, what allowed Mateo to acclimate to college so well as a freshman?
Well, for me, he's such a focused kid. He's detailed. He shows up at the gym there at 6 a.m. He's here regularly. He comes in from St. Catharines, trains in our gym in our facility. So he's very focused, and I think that goes a long way with a player like that to maximize his abilities. And it's very impressive the year he had.
We don't get to see Savoy here, obviously, this week because of his working back. But
Yeah.
just in your mind, what jumps out? You guys make that pick and nine.
Yeah.
You are looking forward to seeing him at some point.
Yeah. Well, I played with his coach James Patrick, and as soon as we made the pick, I called him, and he just raved about him, both as a person and as a player. So I'm very excited. Obviously, he's a talented offensive player. I've watched some film on him now that after we've drafted him, so I'm just excited to work with him.
What's the wow factor watching film on Noah Racino up close?
I'm sorry?
Just Racino close watching film, what stands out?
I mean, his skill set, his fluidity with the puck. He looks like a tremendous skater to me. And again, he's a player that, my initial impression is he's just loves the game and is dedicated to the game. He's skating 5 times a week back home, and at this time of year, depending on where you are, in the world, it's difficult to find ice, and he does that, and it's great, and I think he's really stood out.
When you have a player like Savoy, who maybe is 5'9", 5'10", is it more important to be working on his core and his legs, to get him, the talent he has, but when
Yeah.
to develop him that way, to make him stronger where he's not going to get knocked off the puck?
Well, I think that's part of what this camp is about is bringing our recently drafted players in and allowing our performance staff to speak to them, evaluate them, or in a way, like I wouldn't say in an evaluation way, but see where they are strength-wise, like you said, see where they can have room to improve or add. And after they go through that process, they're in communication with our development staff, and we formulate a plan.
When you look at the role you're in, 3 years ago, you and I were in Lethbridge watching Bill Cousins.
Yeah,
You know, here he is today.
I think it's pretty cool that he came in today. Yeah.
What's that mean to you to see the guy go through the process already, become an NHLer, and still want to be part of this again?
Well, I think it just speaks to his character, and I think it speaks to, the positive sort of culture that Kevin and Donnie have created, and it's excellent. Like, and personally for my role, anytime I get to see someone that I worked with and went to a junior game or flew out to Lethbridge to see and worked with him intimately to see him contributing in the lineup, that's any small bit of like help that I could have given him along the way, like, it's very rewarding.
With Isaac Rosine and Alexander Kisakov, look like they're going to be in Rochester at the start of the year, I would imagine, based on their situations. What sort of challenges do you see them facing? They had different development years, but
Yep.
certainly younger players who are going to face that challenge, much like Jack and JJ did.
Yeah. I think not unique to those players, just any kind of young player that transitions to pro, there is a learning curve, and Seth has done a great job. I mean, you think about Jack, and not last year, but the COVID year that he missed in the Ontario Hockey League, and I think that was a big year for him to kind of get acclimated to pro hockey, learn, the fundamentals and the way that we do things, and he came back and he had a great year, and that's the expectation and the hope, if any of our young players come in, not just specifically, those two.
What do you see in Declan McDonald's situation? Obviously extending the invite after
Yeah.
Tampa. How have
Yeah.
you seen him grow recently?
Well, we had obviously we're out, and like our scouts, that watch him, all these players, have really positive, feedback, and he's a local player that I knew. When I first retired, I helped out with younger players at actually that age level, the O2 age level. So when, if he was 11 or 12, I coached him, and so I know his history and know the family, and so does Kevin, and but that's not necessarily why he's here. He's here because he's a good player, and he's someone that our organization likes, and he's going to have an opportunity.